So this is not how I wanted to start this video, and that's because it is currently Saturday the 12th of July. I was planning to start this video on the 7th, and I did start filming on the 7th of July, which is when the challenge started. But let's just say I have some learning to do in Adobe Premiere, and those files got corrupted, got lost. And so I'm retelling you what I told you then. So basically, HRCYED2, I don't know how to pronounce it, the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do, is a challenge that is very hard. It has a bingo board and you're supposed to fill all of the squares. And I have a video explaining a little bit of my plans, but I have worked out my plans a little bit better since then, and my decision is that if I read, there is a new releases square in the board, in which you have to read a new release every month for the whole year. So if I do that every month, there is only 24 squares left in the board, and so my plan is to do 2 squares a month. That seems doable, and that seems like something that will help me complete this challenge. And the first few months I have planned to tackle the ones that are more specific and the ones that are let's say not book specific, so it's more about something choosing your TBR, stuff like that, which means that I don't have full control over the books that I want to read, and I cannot plan them ahead in time, and I don't know, that's gonna stress me out. So I'm going to tackle those first so that I feel accomplished. So for this month, for July, the 2 prompts that I have chosen to tackle first are the 24-hour readathon, because it's summer and it's a little bit more calm. So I think I will have a little bit more time to do it, and it intimidates me, so I'm going to do that one. And the other prompt that I'm going to do is the choose your own challenge one, and the challenge that I chose for this is reading my ancient TBR, which is something that I try to do every year. And I chose this one because I do have other challenges that I was doing throughout the year, the Buzzword-a-thon challenge, and also reading my ancient TBR, and I was trying to read the biggest book and the oldest book in my TBR every month. And so if I finish the ancient TBR, some of those challenges are gone, and that's gonna feel a little bit more freeing for me to have full choice of all of the books I read in a month, rather than trying to read other things for other prompts as well, and maybe double up, but maybe not. So I'm trying to finish those other challenges as soon as I can, and one of them is reading my ancient TBR, which counts for this prompt. So that's the 2 I'm going to do for now. So at the start of the challenge, my ancient TBR was The Hunger of Women by Marosia Castaldi, Fun in Farsi by Firoze Dumas, Kairos by Jenny Eppenberg, Your Dreams of Empires by Álvaro Enríquez, and Mariana Circa by Gracia Delaira. And then I also had Greek Lessons by Han Kang and The Factory by Hiroko Yamada, which I'm getting from the library. So those are the 7 books that I'm planning to read this month for that prompt. They are all relatively small. I mean, the biggest one is Kairos, and it's not even 300 pages. So I think that's doable. And then for the 24-hour readathon, so for reasons, 2 of the books that I'm using as new releases are picture books, children picture books. One is Jackson's Magic Eyes, and the other one is Grandmother Moon. And those are for July and August, because basically I'm getting my new releases mostly from NetGalley, and because I was looking for books to read in NetGalley that were readily available. They were mostly just picture books or erotica romance fiction, and I went for picture books. So yeah, So then my plan is to use those 2 books for the 24-hour readathon, plus The Hunger of Women, because this is 176 pages. So yeah, those are the ones for the 24-hour readathon. And then I have one other book that I decided to read first, which is The Always by Robert McFarlane, and this is my pick for the Buzzwordathon challenge. It's not related to this challenge, but I'm still doing. And for this challenge, I'm going to use this as the Become the Avatar Earth prompt, because it has a lot of earth, and there's another cover that is even more earthy than this. And then double up for some other prompt. That was my plan. I was thinking maybe this will work for the animals prompt, because it's about walking paths around Britain mostly. I have already read this, so that was my plan on Monday. I finished this on Thursday, and this doesn't have enough animals for that, so I'm just using it for the prompt page and the avatar page. This is the one that I started first, as I said, because yeah, I wanted to get the Buzzwordathon things are out of the way, and I did like it. I think it was very meditative, about the effects that walking in nature have on people, but I was missing a bit the nature itself. It didn't talk so much about the nature as I was hoping for, and it also didn't have like a clear message or punch that I wanted to leave the book saying, okay, this was the thing that this book was trying to say. I didn't feel that was strong enough, so even though I enjoyed the book as I was reading it, I don't think it's going to stay with me, but at least I completed those 2 prompts. And then on Friday, I started Funny in Farsi by Firoze Dumas, because this is supposed to be lighthearted and funny. And as I said, it's Saturday, so I am about 80 pages in. I read this mostly on Friday, and it's not the kind of funny that I like. It's very like simple funny rather than like sarcastic funny, which is my kind of funny. But still, there are some things that I'm enjoying about it, so it's fine so far. And then today I did my 24-hour readathon, so I'll insert all of those clips for that readathon here. Hello everyone, so it's the morning. I've read for 12 minutes, 9 seconds and 31 milliseconds, I think, and I have finished my first 2 books of the 24-hour readathon. I read Jackson's Magic's Eye and Grandmother Moon, which are both picture books, and they were both very cute. I really like the illustration style of Grandmother Moon, and I also really like the colors of Jackson's Magic Eyes, which makes sense. Jackson's Magic Eye is about a boy having color blindness, and embracing that, and how beautiful the way that he looks at the world is. And I guess also raises awareness that color blindness doesn't mean that they don't see color, but they see color very differently. And then Grandmother Moon is about this girl that is Native American. I think it says from Turtle Island, and then in Ohio, I think. And every weekend her grandmother picks her up and they go to the reservation and tell her stories about Native American people. But yeah, those were very cute, and I really enjoyed. It is 8:30. I wanted to wake up early today, like 7 or something, to start a readathon, but Alex woke up in the middle of the night last night, which is not very common. And so I was tired and I decided to just sleep. It's been a long week and I needed the sleep, so I just took it. But yeah, still she's still sleeping as well, so I can still read for a little bit. The weather doesn't look fantastic. It's very cloudy. It's supposed to be sunny today, so I hope the clouds go away, because I was thinking maybe we could go to the beach. But if it doesn't happen, then probably we'll just go to the park. And then there's a festival that we might go to in the afternoon. Just like little cute shops in the street and maybe some music. So we might do that in the afternoon. But for now, I think I'm just gonna sit and read. I'm planning to start The Hunger of Women by Marosia Castaldi now, because this is the shortest book I think I have. So let's see if I can read the whole of this today.
Wil je nog die geitjes de rest geven?
Hello everyone, so it is around 10 p.m. on Saturday and I have finished my third book of today, The Hunger of Woman by Marosia Castaldi, and I really enjoyed this one. It's a lot more about food than I was expecting. I thought that the title was more of a metaphorical hunger, but no, it's actual hunger. Like probably half of the book is descriptions of food, which made me feel very hungry. But yeah, and the other half, on the surface, half of it is about food and the other half is about the protagonist lusting with or about other women. But yeah, there's more than just the surface, of course. So this is about a widow, and she has an adult daughter, and I'm not very clear how much she loved her husband, but after he died, she apparently had relationships with several women and was lusting over them, and she didn't seem to have an issue with that. It's not like her rediscovering her sexuality or something. It was like she always knew and she had no problem with it. But it also talks a lot about, so one of the ways that she attracts these women is by making food to them, and cooking for them, and her daughter is jealous of all of these women, because she's not the only love or the only girl in her mother's life, which I thought was a very interesting perspective to have, and like angle to have. It's also very well written, I think. It's like there is no dots at the end of a sentence. It just starts with a capital letter, so you know it's a new sentence, but it doesn't have dots. And it talks a lot about food, and it's a very interesting writing, I think, but I really enjoyed it. The experimental things that it was doing with it. I'm a bit sad that I used it for the 24-hour readathon, because I think this would count as experimental writing for the subgenre prompt, and also for like the queer alphabet thing, because obviously you could say it's lesbian, you could say it's pan or bi, depending on how much she decided that she loved her husband. But yeah, I think this was very good read and I enjoyed it. And also I was keeping track of how much I read in terms of time, and it was 4 hours 37 minutes and 20 seconds, which is actually less than I thought it was gonna take me. Basically it took me just over 4 hours to read this, even though I was distracted sometimes because I was either in the park with Alex or whatever. But yeah, it took me over 4 hours to read 170 pages, so a bit more than 40 pages an hour, which I think it's pretty good. I thought I read about 30-40 pages an hour. So yeah, I'm also happy with that. And maybe 4 hours and a half in a day doesn't seem a lot to a lot of people, but considering that I had to take care of a 3-year-old, I think it's pretty good. And I guess I could also read one more hour before I go to bed, but I think I'm not gonna finish anything, so I'm not sure how much sense it makes. I think maybe what I'm going to do is to write reviews and things for the things I've read today, because 2 of the books were NetGalley books, so I have to do that. And also upload all the clips that I have been taking. Try to start editing this video, and then if I have a bit of time after that, I might continue Funny in Farsi, which I started yesterday, and I'm on page 82. And this one is okay. The humor is not exactly hitting my humor, but I do like some of the parts. Like there's one time when she, as a child, she's from Iran, and as a child she was lost in Disneyland, and so she went to the place where they keep the kids that are lost, and there was another kid and he didn't speak English, and so they asked her to speak her language to him to see if he will understand. And she was like, he's not from my country, I can tell you right now. And they were like, no, but just try, because there's only 2 or 3 languages in the world, so maybe it's one of them. Anyway, that kind of things are funny, but yeah, it's not as funny as I would have liked, but it's reading fast, so I might read a chapter or 2 of this when I'm finished with all the video stuff and review stuff, and otherwise I will continue with this tomorrow on Sunday. Tomorrow we do have a festival planned for the afternoon. It's like a circus 1920s vibe sort of festival. We went last year and it was sort of fun, so we're going this year again, and then we might have dinner with some friends after that. So I don't know how much I will read, but I think probably will take the morning quite chill, because today we did a lot of things, even though we had nothing major planned. We went to the farm. They have these little farms for children to pet animals all around the city, and we went to the one that is closest to us. So we did that in the morning, and in the afternoon we went for an ice cream to this place where they also were having another festival. The Netherlands is full of festivals in summer. Yeah, and Alex got her face painted, and she made an eye patch because it was a pirate theme festival, and it was also a lot of fun. But yeah, it was more energy than expected, so maybe tomorrow morning we will just stay at home until the festival thing happens, and I can read some more of this tomorrow. And yeah, those are my updates, but at least my first prompt of the readathon is done, fully done. Yeah, I'm very happy about that. Hello everyone, so it's Monday morning and I just wanted to update you because this morning I finished Funny in Farsi. I wanted to finish it last night. I was just so tired, I was like flagging. So I decided to stop reading and I had like 10 pages left, so I finished that this morning. And I enjoyed it. I feel it's very cozy for me. My friend who is Iranian gifted this to me for my birthday last year, and a lot of things that are talked about in this remind me of her a lot, so I found it endearing. I don't think it's the best storytelling or the best humor in the world, but I still overall enjoyed it. And I am going to use this for the challenge yourself, like my ancient TBR, but also I decided to go for the BIPOC prompt, which is to read books from people that have different backgrounds, ethnicities, or race different from you. And because this is so much about being Iranian and I'm not Iranian, I decided to go for this one. I don't think that counts as a race, but whatever. I don't like that challenge anyway, so I'm just gonna take this as it is and put this for the BIPOC challenge because I want to get those going. I could have used it for the color blue, but I feel there are a lot of blue books out there, so I thought BIPOC is more useful. And I haven't started it yet, but the next one in my list is Kairos by Jenny Eppenberg. Again, ancient TBR, but also I think I'm going to use it for yellow because I have actually checked the books that I have read in the past few months and there was no yellow book there. There were a lot of blue books, but there were no yellow books. So I think yellow is a less common color to have, and this is very yellow. So I think I'm going to use this for yellow. And this is about a couple in Berlin in the 80s and like getting used to things. I think the Berlin Wall is still there. It has like 3 years left. So there's a lot of that German GDR sort of stuff. And yeah, I will see. Jenny Eppenberg, I have read a couple of things from, and I have mixed feelings about some of them. But this won the International Booker last year, and so I wanted to read it anyway. So we will see how I go with this. Hello everyone, I'm back. It has been a few days. It's Thursday now, 17th of July. And I have finished this morning Kairos by Jenny Eppenberg. And I have only been reading this for 4 days, but it feels like I've been reading this forever. It is about this girl and this much older guy. The guy is married and has a kid, and they have a relationship. And it's set in Berlin in the 80s. And at the end of the book is around when the Berlin Wall comes down. I like the setting. I like the depiction of the Berlin Wall coming down and what happened before and what happened after and all of that. I think that was nice, but that was like the backdrop of the book. It was the atmosphere, and the atmosphere was very good. The story, however, it was just like about these two people falling in love with each other, doing very inappropriate things to each other, especially the man, because he had a lot of girls and a wife and a kid, and although everyone was kind of aware of the situation, it still was not fully consensual, like most of the time these things are. And so yeah, it was a very toxic relationship, and it reminded me of a mix between the Unbearable Lightness of Being by Milan Kundera and Sally Rooney messy relationships kind of stuff, and I don't like either of those things. So the writing was very good, and I'm sure this is for someone, but it was not for me. But I finished it, and this one is counting for the challenge yourself prompts, and also for a yellow book, because this is a very yellow book, and I think I don't have a million yellow books, so this is counting for that. And since then, I mean, I have technically started it. I've read the first 10 pages of You Dreamed of Empires by Alvaro Enrique, and I'm already so much more into this. So this is about the Spanish people coming to Mexico, basically. So in the first little bit, we have followed this admiral or conquistador or whatever, and he has been invited to a banquet with the natives, and either of his sides, one of them has a cape made of human skin, because that's a normal thing for them, and the other one also is described as having a lot of blood on his hair from all the sacrifices, because he was a priest, so apparently he has to bath himself on the blood when the sacrifices happen, and he doesn't clean himself because it's sacred. So he was not the most comfortable around these two people, and it's kind of like talking about the relationship between the native people and the Spanish people that came. It's described in the back as a revolutionary colonial revenge story, and I think it's very cool. Also, at the beginning there was an introduction, a letter that was written from the author to the English translator about certain things, like, because there is a fair amount of names and words from Nahuatl, and like instructions on if to translate those or how to translate those, and he mostly says don't translate them. Spanish speakers are also not gonna get it right away, but they will get it from the context, so it should be the same for the English people. And I really like that inside knowledge of the translation of this book. I did not read it in Spanish because it was easier to get in English, so but this one is going to count for my ancient TBR and for the like multicolor cover, because I think that's a fair amount of colors. There is 2 types of blues. There is yellow, there is green, there is this pinkish reddish color, there's white, there's black, and then the title is not quite white, it's like a creamy color. So I think those are 8, and it says 7 or more for the multicolor, so I think this one definitely counts. So yeah, that's what I'm currently reading. We also went to the library today, and I got The Factory in Dutch by Hiroyoko Oyamada, which is also in my ancient TBR, so it's also counting for this prompt. And they were supposed to have it in English, but it has been unavailable for quite a while, so I decided to just pick up the Dutch copy. It's 100 pages, so it should be okay. And I'm waiting still on Greek Lessons by Han, which is also on my ancient TBR. The person that has it was supposed to return it on the 15th of this month. It's the 17th, and they still don't have it, so I have put a reservation in for whenever it comes, because I need it actually next week, but I'm hoping that it happens next week. We will see. But yeah, those are my updates for now. As I said, it's Thursday. Alex just went to sleep. It's like at 8 p.m. So I'm going to read some more of this. It reads really fast, and it's only 200 pages, so I think I might get halfway through this. And then tomorrow is Friday, so I'm working, and then on the weekend we have 0 plans. I think we might go to the beach on Saturday because it's supposed to be really hot, but that's all. So I'm hoping to get quite a lot of reading done.
Hello everyone. So it's Saturday afternoon. We just had lunch and I have a lot to update you on because I did finish You Dreamed of Empires by Alvaro Enrique, and I really enjoyed this. This was funny, and it was so it was basically the encounter between the Mexica and the Spanish, told from the Mexica side. So it was funny to see like they would think that the Spanish were barbaric and that their cities were so impressive and so well organized, and I mean the Spanish also thought that, and they were like so much more developed, but at the end, because of smallpox basically, the Spanish still won, so the story did not change, but it was the point of view changed, and I think that was very smartly done, and it was just very funny. I mean, it also made fun of the Mexicans a bit. Moctezuma was always high, but yeah, I really enjoyed this, and this counted for the ancient TBR prompt and the multicolored prompt because this is very colorful. And since then, this morning, I have also started The Factory by Hiroko Yamada. I have the Dutch version because that's what my library had, and it's 170 pages. I think the English version is like 110. I'm back. It's still Saturday. It's 8:30. I know it's the same spot and everything, but it's many hours later, and I have finished The Factory by Hiroko Yamada, and this one was fine. It has some interesting commentary about workplaces, pointless jobs, stuff like that. That was very interesting. I don't think the story was as captivating as I wanted it to be, but yeah, it was fine. And this is completing the prompt for obviously my ancient DDR, but also for the air prompt for the smoke that is coming out. And now I should probably start Mariana Cerca by Gracia de Leda, which is one of the 2 books that I have left in my ancient TBR. However, I have read too much short literary fiction in a row, and I'm a little bit burned out. So I decided to go for All System Reds by Martha Wells, which is a short sci-fi comedy situation. A lot of people love this, and I'm hoping to love it as well. And I just need a break from the literary fiction, just for a little bit. And I have to read this anyway because it fulfills 2 prompts that I have no way currently to fulfill any other way. So I need to read it now so that it doesn't come up in any of the prompts that I don't have control over. So yeah, I'm going to read this one. It's super short. It's 140 pages. It's 8:30 right now, so I'll probably read for an hour and a half. I don't know if I'll finish it. It is possible. That would be crazy. That would be a crazy amount of reading lately. But I just need a chill moment, and this is giving me a chill moment, and I'm enjoying myself. So yeah, I will finish this either today or tomorrow. I also wanted to edit this vlog a little bit, so probably I will not finish it, but I think I will finish it tomorrow for sure, and then I can start Mariana Cerca while I have a little bit of a break from from things. And actually, I don't know what I'm going to read after I finish this one. I think maybe I'll just go. I have been reading too many short books lately. I still have Greek lessons to read, but I'm waiting for my hold at the library. The book was supposed to be returned like 4 days ago, and whoever has it still hasn't returned it, and I'm starting to get anxious about it. But yeah, I think I will probably read an immersive fantasy at some point, like a series that I can just immerse myself for a really long time in a world and not have to change every other day of world. That's what I'm craving right now. So I think once I'm done with this 2, I'll probably do Nevermore or something. That's my thinking right now. I think I'm making very good progress on things, and I feel very accomplished, and I feel like I'm ahead of this challenge for now. We'll see how long it lasts like that, but for now I think I'm ahead of the challenge. I have already completed one square and I have 2 books left for the other square, and none of them are very long, and I have immediate plans to read them. And I have also completed a few other prompts that were not from those squares, so I think I'm doing good so far. Hello everyone, so it's Sunday morning, it's the 20th of July, and I was reading quite a lot last night. I was up quite late yesterday to reading basically, and I read about 70 pages of All System Reds by Martha Wells, and this is not what I was hoping for. I understand why people find it funny and stuff, but I'm just not connecting to it. I think it's I don't know, it's just nothing really happens, but things happen. It's not just about this bot sitting watching movies. It's also a lot about like the war things that go on and how he hacked his system and stuff, and I don't know, I'm not connecting to it. I don't think this is what I thought it was gonna be. So yeah, unfortunately it was not working for me. I'm still reading it. I'm now 100 pages in, and so I have 40 pages, so I will finish this today for sure. But because it was not what I wanted, I also ended up started Nevermore. I'm 60 pages in and I'm loving it, as I thought I would. I'm making also a blog for the reread of these ones separately, so you can see that there. But I am, this is what I needed. I'm so happy that I picked it up. Also, my hold for Greek lessons finally came, so whoever had it finally gave the book back, and now I can go pick it up in the library. So I might do that today, we might do that next week, I'm not sure, but at least it's there and I can pick it up, which makes me feel better. And yeah, I think the plan until I finish all the books that I'm supposed to finish is to read this on the background, probably like before bed, and the rest of the day to read this kind of, like this one and Mariana Circa. Greek lessons I'm not reading yet. We're going with my book club for a repeat holiday weekend thing next weekend, and we are buddy reading that during that time. So I will read Greek lessons then. But yeah, that's the plan. I'm so happy I started Nevermore finally. I really wanted that. I think I'm going to finish this soon. Alex is watching a cartoon at the moment. She watches one episode of something every day because otherwise I don't know how to keep her still to do her hair. And yeah, when she finished that, we're having breakfast and we are going to the park, I think. It's supposed to rain later, but we should have a couple of dry hours. So I think we can go to the park and maybe to the supermarket, and maybe this afternoon we could go to the library, or we could go next week. I also have to meal prep for the week. That's normally what I do on Sundays. Yeah, we'll see how we go. Hello everyone, so it is Sunday night, it's almost 9, and I wanted to update you a little bit on what I have managed to do today. So I managed to finish All System Red by Martha Wild this morning. I only had like 40 pages left, so it was not really that much to read. And so many people love this, and my unpopular opinion is that I don't. So this is about a murder bot that hacked their own motherboard, and now they basically have complete free will, and they decide to spend their time watching movies basically. And I think the concept is very cool, but to me this read boring. Like yeah, it is a murder boot, but they just go to work and then they go back to their place and watch movies and like brain rot for a while until they have to do it again. That's how it felt. It was like normal life, nothing happened kind of feeling, and like the things that happened were just like action movie kind of stuff, which I don't like. So it just didn't work for me basically, unfortunately. But this covers two of the Qwerty's recommendations prompts, the shorts prompt and the reading blog, I think. So that means that I'm almost done with that one, which I'm very happy about, because Qwerty and I don't have very much overlap on the things that we like to read. So I was having a hard time finding something that I was interested in, and the fact that I have covered two prompts with a book that I actually wanted to read, and this has been in my radar for a very long time, and now I know I don't like it, and that's fine. But at least I read it and I covered those two prompts, so I'm happy with that. I also started the next book that I wanted to read today, and that was Mariana Circa by Gracia de Leda. I'm 70 pages in, so third of the way through, and this reads their language is quite beautiful, and it reads very classical, which it is. It's written in the early 1900s, if I'm not mistaken, and it has just been recently translated to English from the Italian. And it's yeah, the writing is very beautiful, the story reads very classical, like typical romantic drama of the early 1900s, like, you know, the Brontes or whatever. So I'm not super captivated yet, but it has potential. There is already so Mariana Circa and she has a relationship with a guy called Simone, or like they kissed once, and Simone was a servant, so there is already that class discussion, so I'm interested into that. We will see how I go, but I think I'm probably going to go to bed in about an hour, so instead of reading this in that hour, I think I'm going to go back to Nevermore, because I'm so enjoying the whimsy. So yes, I think I'm going to do that for the rest of the day until I go to sleep, and then we'll see how it goes tomorrow. So right now I have these two going, and I completed two prompts that I was worried about, so I will call that a success. Yeah, those are my updates for today. I think a quite productive, successful day. I also meal prepped a lot, and I'm happy with that, because yeah, we're not going to be here in the weekend, so if I have leftovers for next week, it's great. That was the intention. So yes, very happy with the productive Sunday, even though we didn't do much. We just stayed at home most of the day. Yeah, I'll talk to you next time I have updates. Hello everyone, so it is Tuesday night, so it has been a couple of days since I last updated you, and I have just finished Mariana Circa by Gracia de Lera, and this was fine. It's about this couple, and she's a rich woman, he's a servant, and they fall in love, and nobody is for the relationship, not even the servants. I think she's making a mistake. And we just see them. I don't even know if they love each other. It's more of a, I don't know, like that excitement of when you get out of your house for the first time as an adult and you are able to experience things, and them just like experiencing love and lust and things like that, and they immediately decide this is it, we have to get married. And the second half of the book is kind of them fighting the conventions and what people say, and yeah, they drive them to a place that they shouldn't go eventually. This was interesting. I think the writing is very beautiful, and if you are one of those people that are very into the writing of their books, this is one for you. I like nice writing, but I'm not too fast about it. I don't like overly poetic writing or anything. And the story was, I think it got more meaty in the end, but it was fine. It was a fine book, and I think it was fine. But yeah, I'm happy I read this. So I only have one book left in my TBR now, ancient TBR. That is Greek lessons. I went to the library today to pick it up, so I do have my copy now, and I will be starting it on Saturday. As I said, it's Tuesday, so I still have a few days. I have not read much of this. I have read, I think, 1 or 2 chapters. I might read 1 chapter now before going to bed. It's like 10:15, so probably 1 chapter is enough, but I will be focusing on this for the next couple of days, and when I finish this I'll pick up the next one until the month is over, I think, or until I'm done with the books. But yeah, I am really enjoying this, so that should be no problem. Getting closer to the second square done, I'm very happy about that, and yeah, I'm just in the mood for this so much. My brain is is a bit fried. It has been a couple of very exhausting days. I don't know if it's because of the heat or what. I didn't do anything special, but I'm really tired, and I want to just enjoy something. Hello everyone, it is Wednesday morning, and I wanted to update the vlog because I'm halfway more or less on Nevermore, and I'm really enjoying this. So far Morrigan Crow needs to go through a series of trials to get into the Wonder Society. So far I am the second trial. There are 4 of them, I think. And there were so many things that I didn't remember, but also the atmosphere is so whimsical. There were a couple of points in which the writing got a bit cringe, especially at the beginning, but I think then the author starts getting into her own style of writing, and it just creates so much whimsy, especially in the hotel that Morrigan Crow lives in. There is all kinds of wacky characters, and just the atmosphere in itself just creates this nostalgia that even though I didn't read this when I was younger, I could have, and it's just like that feeling, nostalgia to the feeling that it gives. And I'm really enjoying this. As I said, I'm halfway, so I have just under over 200 pages to go. I might read today, I might read it today and tomorrow. We will see how we go, but really enjoying this. Hello everyone, so it is Thursday afternoon. We just finished lunch, and I wanted to update you because I have finished Nevermore. I had like 30-40 pages left from yesterday, and I finished it this morning, and I really enjoyed it. There were a lot of things that I didn't remember, but it was still very enjoyable. And I have also started the second book, Wondersmith. I am only 48 pages in. But again, the beginning is a little bit of a recap of what happened in the first one. I sometimes forget, because I don't read them very often, that when these kind of children's books are serious, they do have like a bit of a recap of what happened in the previous book, in the second book. Like, it's not a proper recap, but it's more of a oh yeah, I remember that happened last year kind of recap. But yeah, so far that's mostly what has happened. She has also now gone into like the she's going to start her classes, so that's what I'm at the moment. But yeah, I'm enjoying this series. I think I'm going to binge them. I binge them as much as I can, because that's my preferred way to consume series. So yeah, I am a little bit into the second book. I will be continuing reading that today and tomorrow, and then on Saturday we're going to this reading retreat in the countryside kind of thing, with my book club, which is going to be so much fun. I already know. And yeah, I don't have a lot of plans for today. We went to the supermarket and to the park a little bit this morning, and then we talked to my parents. I think this afternoon we are probably going to also go to the park. The weather is getting better, so we could go to the beach potentially. And then tomorrow I'm working, so I will not be able to read as much, although I don't have... Work has been pretty chill the last few days. I think this week everyone has started... Schools have started holidays this week, so a lot of people have gone on holidays this week. And so there's not many meetings or any sort of thing like that, which is nice. So I'm kind of... I'm not as busy at work, so I think I will not be tired, and also like if I don't have anything else to do and I have half an hour I leave half an hour early work, it's okay. So yeah, I think I will be able to read this a little bit more tomorrow. I don't think I'll finish it, but at least halfway. It's 400 pages, so yes, that was my update. Hello everyone, it's Wednesday morning today, and I'm here to update you what I read last night. But before that, I just wanted to say, I think I forgot to tell you what I'm using this for, but I'm using it for the series Stairway, for the quadrilogy, and I'm also using it for the years, because this was published in 2017. And I think it's going to be a little bit harder to get the books from before 2020. So I'm going to use this one for 2017. I was going to use it for like magical creatures and stuff, but those I think might be a little bit easier to get than the years, so I'm going for the years. And same for this one, I'm using it for the quadrilogy and for the year 2018. But also, I was reading this last night and I'm halfway through. I'm on page 212. And I did not expect to get this far. But I'm enjoying it a lot. I think it's equally whimsy, and yeah, it's departing a little bit from the tropes maybe, but at the same time there are some of the characters that are supposed to be lovable that are a little bit annoying in this book. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But today I'm working, so I'm not expecting to pull another reading craziness and finish this, but I think I will get quite far into it. And then today I have to also pack. I have packed a little bit yesterday, but I need to pack everything properly, and then I will be going tomorrow, which I'm excited about. So yeah, those are the plans. I don't know if I'll film anything else today because, as I said, I'm working, so probably not that interesting. But I'll see you on the other side of the weekend. Hello everyone, it's Monday morning, so we came back from Maastricht yesterday and we had a lovely time, just having lots of tea, chatting about books. We also went to this bookstore in Maastricht that is inside a church, which was lovely, and I did buy some books. I bought 2 books. The first one is Private Rights by Julia Armfield, and we all decided to buy this and buddy read it, which was going to be fun. I have read Our Wives Under the Sea by Julia Armfield, and I really appreciated it. It's horror, so I was a little bit uncomfortable reading it, but not the fault of the book. And we will see about this one. I think it's a bit similar, and she seems to have a thing with water. So, yeah. And then the other one, I actually damaged. I had wet wipes in my bag, and they water damage a bit here in the book, which is not ideal, but well, it happens. And this is It Lasts Forever and Then It's Over by Anne Markham. And this, as far as I know, it's about like a zombie apocalypse, but from the point of view of the zombie, if I'm not mistaken. And there is a prompt in the HRCYED about zombies, and I don't like zombie books, but this one seemed like interesting enough and literary enough that I might like it. So I think it's not too bad. And then Alex also got one book, but I don't think that's interesting for anybody. And then I also finished 2 books yesterday. So the first one is Greek Lessons by Han Kang, which we were buddy reading during this getaway weekend situation. And this is about a man and a woman. The man is going blind, and the woman, so they have a connection because they both studied Greek. The woman is kind of studying at the moment, and the man is a professor at it, I think, or something. We can kind of follow both perspectives, building a relationship. And I thought the writing was very good. Super good writing, and the idea was interesting, but it always happens to me that I get very confused when books change perspective, but there is no indication of when they change perspective. So this went back and forth a lot, but there is no evidence of okay, now we're changing, or very obvious evidence that now we're changing perspective, and then that confused me for a big while. And at the point when I finished, because I was trying to figure the book out, I didn't connect with the story itself. So I think it's very interesting, well written book. I just don't think it was for me. And then I also finished Wondersmith by Jessica Townsend. I was hoping to maybe finish it before I went away, but I had 20 pages left, and I read them last night, and it was very nice, as all of these books are. This book maybe so far is my least favorite because there is a lot of, not miscommunication, but lack of communication. Basically, Jupiter North, which is the patron of Morrigan, is always out trying to solve stuff, and so she feels like she doesn't have anyone to talk to about the things that she's going through in school, and that means that things scale up pretty fast, and that is the main conflict of the book, which it's not my favorite, but still I enjoyed the atmosphere, and it's very cozy, and I enjoyed that. So I still very happy that I'm reading this. And I did start Hollowpox last night. I'm in page 16, but I did I find that if I start books as soon as I finish the previous one, then I have more of a momentum to continue reading, so I decided to pick this one up when I finish the other one. And again, it's only the first chapter, and it's kind of recapping what the other book did. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into the midst of this one actually. And I'm going to count this one for the series Stairway and also for the year of publication, because this was published in 2018. Yes, 2018. And this one I'm going to use for the Ancient TBR, which is prompt completed. So yay me, that one is done. And I think I'm also going to use this for experimental subgenre, experimental fiction, literary fiction. I was thinking to do translated, but translated in Korean is not that difficult, and I think the structure of this is weird enough that it can count as experimental. So I'm going to count it for that, because I think that one is one that might be a little bit trickier to get done. Yeah, that's my update. Had a lovely time, and I read a considerable amount of books, I think, for this month, so I'm happy. I think that I'm hoping that I can finish this month, but I don't think I'm going to be able to read anything else. This one is they get bigger and bigger as the series goes on. This one is, I think, 470 pages. This one was 400, the other one was 370, and the fourth one is like almost 600. So yeah, I think I'm hoping to finish this one, but I don't think I'm going to read much more than this. I'm working from home today, so I'm like this week everyone is on holidays at work, so and I also only have to go to the lab on Friday, so I'm thinking that I'm going to have a bit of a chill week and maybe work from home a couple of days. So that's what I'm doing today, and I'm happy about it. Hello everyone. So it's 30th of July, and I am about half of the way through this, a bit more. It's I'm in page 262, and it's 470 pages. So I think I will probably finish it tomorrow. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. This book mostly focuses on this plague that's happening and why that plague is happening, but also Morrigan is coming more into her own powers, which is also interesting to see, and her friends are becoming more of her friends and things like that. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'll update you when I finish this. As I said, today is Wednesday. Working from home again because yeah, there's nobody in the office, and I have a few other things to do. I have to pass by the library, and tomorrow is my husband's birthday, so I have to make a cake, and yeah, we will see. Also, I wanted to say, yesterday was the announcement of the long list of the Booker Prize. I have been very out of tune with the Booker Prize this year, so I didn't even know that the long list was coming up yesterday, but I saw the video, so I realized it was coming out yesterday, and I checked the list, and it is possible that there are some books there that are very good in writing, but none of them catch my attention, to be honest. The premises didn't sound amazing, and I have read a few of the authors that are in the list. Like, I have read Kiran Desai and Katie Kitamura and I think some others, and I haven't loved any of them, so maybe it's not the list for me. I'm not excited to read anything. I'll see if the reviews change my mind, but for now I don't think I'm going to pick up anything. I might pick up the winner when it comes out, but that's about it. So yeah, that's that. And another thing that I was thinking, maybe you can help me with, is how to do these videos, because this is a very long video, and congratulations if you've made it this far, but I was thinking that maybe for next time I would do a video per challenge I tackle, but that would mean that some of the books that I'm reading would not be included in that are not part of that, I will not be included in that. So yeah, let me know what you think about that. Hello everyone, so it's still Wednesday night, and I have just finished Hollow Box by Jessica Townsend, and that was an ending. I did not remember this ending like that, but I'm very glad that I have the fourth book now, and I think I'm going to start this as soon as possible. But yeah, this was interesting. Definitely had a very different focus from the other two books. It's more about the world, expanding the world rather than Morrigan herself, although it is also about her, of course. But yeah, we did expand the world a lot and the understanding of what she is and the power she has. Yeah, I mean, that ending was something that it kind of was in the back of the whole story, and we thought it was never gonna happen, and then it happened, and now I want to know what happens next. So yeah, very happy to finish this, and this is going to count for the quadrilogy prompt, but also I'm going to use this for wild animals, because this story mostly focuses on the animals, and not all of them are like wild animals, but there are a couple that are like bears and foxes, which I would consider wild animals of the general area. And because it focused so much on those type of animals, I thought it would be a good one for that prompt. So yeah, as I said, it's 30th of July at night, and I am going to start Silverborn next, but I'm not going to finish it in this vlog, so I think it is time for me to close this vlog. We have made a lot of progress. We completed the 2 prompts of the bingo that we wanted to complete. So I did the 24-hour readathon, and I finished the my own challenge, Ancient TVR one, and I have also read not only the new release for this month, but also the one for next month. So I'm feeling a little bit ahead even, although next month is going to be a lot, but we will see how we go with that when it comes to it. So far I'm just really enjoying this series, and yeah, as I said before, let me know if you like the format of this, or you would prefer it to be a little bit shorter and focus on one square at a time. And yeah, I will talk to you soon.